Okay, I have no idea where we're doing.
Straight ahead.
But I see lots of stairgrams, so I like that. This project is really just an opportunity to bring together a new brass band subgenre, in a sense, where it's percussion focused and vocal focused and fits into sort of bringing together what happens in Calgary with marching bands and drum corps and bring it together into an Alberta project of recordings of Alberta songwriters.
This is where Jim will be. Jim needed a little bit more width there.
Yeah. The idea in the band was Canadian artists covering Canadian artists. And so we battered around stuff, and then even more localized, what about Alberta artists? And there's some great local artists. And this one, Kaisa wrote a great piece, and I think that was the first one we decided to cover.
So just stir it like this. Cream is in the fridge, and then there's sugar.
Maybe join your hospital.
We wanted to showcase the best people in the city and in the province.
Like, all the great thing about this band is that all the musicians are professional musicians that come from a wide variety of backgrounds. A lot of jazz musicians, but a lot of people are really experienced with ska music and funk and soulful music, and even some people that came from more of an indie rock or a younger generation background. So mixing all of that into one band is a challenge, but it's a fun challenge because there's like between 10 and 12 musicians in this band. So of course it's a lot of different backgrounds to try to meld into one sound.
I'm not sure for the fitting here, because John wanted me to do a bunch of gong stuff as well that are going to be like overdubs.
Oh, right, I saw that email. Yeah, might do it later in here or something.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for me, in terms of the drums, specifically, I want this to be LA tight. What I wanted to do was add the funk. You know what I mean? I want to put the stank on you back in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go back to James Brown. Let's revisit that, because that's kind of this tune. I know for the horn lines, you know, those guys have their own thing figured out. But what they've done is that they've actually put a drum line, the Calgary Stampede drum line, into the tune.
The drum line that we brought in to enhance this kind of drum feature, I teach them at the Calgary Stampede Show Band, so a lot of them are my students. A couple of them were instructors as well with me, so.
Just stop there.
Oh, to me that's still sorry. Sometimes just those patterns in my brain that I'm like, yeah.
It's time!
Yeah, so fun.
We're so sorry it took so long, but...
Well, we have a new vocalist. I mean, we knew she was good, but she's just like a pro in the studio, and that... I've worked a lot of vocalists, and sometimes you're there for hours and you comp to death and you do all kinds of work afterwards, but she's pretty effortless. So that, and she's fun too. She doesn't get stressed, and it's rare to have a vocalist that has that much talent, but also has such assuredness at a reasonably young age.
And then Ali, there's a few things you were doing. We didn't even realize you were singing until like the fourth take because we didn't have it in our headphone mix.
Speak for yourself.
But then some of the ooh ah stuff, that's the stuff that I'm most interested in, like how we're gonna map through some of the soulful moments that you were doing, and then some falsetto things you were doing that were really cool.
I mean, the original vocalist of this song is freaking incredible. So I was joking this morning, like, I can't even pretend to sound like her. So it may sound that I've been super creative and put my own spin on it, but only out of necessity because I couldn't even pretend to sound like her. So it's really fun. I mean, music is made to be re-enjoyed over and over, and I think giving it a new life is an honor. I have always wanted to sing with a big band, so my personal project is pop music, but I love big band music as well.
I'm John Abraham, band leader for Delirium Street Party Brass, and we just want to thank Calgary Arts Development for funding this project to be able to showcase Calgary's talents.
You're just a feeling. You let my heart escape beyond the meaning, not even